Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, but there's a mysterious object. Scientists don't know what it is, but that it's coming from out in interstellar space. And it's the first, I guess you could say, interstellar visitor that astronomers have ever detected. As in, the first object that is actually coming out there from outside the solar system in interstellar space, coming in and then exiting. And that's exactly what it's doing. And so this mystery object, which they originally thought was a comet, but it turned out that it wasn't, and we'll get more to that here in a minute, is called A2017U1. And it was discovered earlier this month by a researcher using a sophisticated telescope system at the University of Hawaii that continually scans the universe for such phenomenon. And so what they originally thought may have been a small asteroid or comet that they spotted racing through our solar system may have come from elsewhere in the galaxy. And US space scientists say that it's possibly the first ever interstellar visitor observed from Earth. They have now confirmed what at some points they're calling a chunk of ice, other times an asteroid, and other times saying they don't know, from this Hawaiian telescope back on October 19th. And it's already passed by and headed back out away from planet Earth. And while scientists say that they can study it for a few more weeks, they said that once it waves goodbye, we'll never see it again. And so here's some weird things about this object. And scientists are coming out and making no joke about it. They're not trying to hide the fact it's a strange object. And that's why they're so excited about it to begin with. So it was first dubbed a comet. However, they discovered that the object doesn't contain any hallmarks of one of the main components of a comet, which is the trademark tail, or coma, which is this fuzzy blob of gas and dust that surrounds a comet's icy core. So as they kept observing this thing, and astronomers kept looking at it, they didn't spot any tail. So that's when it went from comet to possible asteroid to we don't know. I mean, honestly, for all we know, it could be some sort of probe or alien spacecraft. And that's just as good a theory as what the astronomers are putting forth. And what's also strange about the object is that this just doesn't happen. All right, we have many objects in our solar system and even outside of the solar system that come in and out. We have names for most of them. They orbit the sun, they orbit Earth, they fly in, they fly out. And all of these objects, from asteroids or comets, they come from two main regions out in space. First is the Kuiper Belt, which circles the cosmic block around Neptune, Pluto, and beyond. Then we have the Oort cloud, which is a bubble of ice particles that surrounds the entire solar system at such great distances that we've never even seen it. Now, just to put this into context, the New Horizons mission that flew past Pluto is currently on its way to visit a Kuiper Belt object on January 1st of 2019, whereas the Voyager missions that launched 40 years ago won't actually escape the Oort cloud for at least another 14,000 years. But no matter where these other objects in our solar system come from, none of them have ever had a path like this new anomalous object. Paul Chodas, the manager at NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, said that we've been waiting for this day for decades, and it's been long theorized that such objects exist, as in objects that are moving around between the stars and occasionally passing through our solar system. And this is the very first detection. So this object, whatever it is, it could have came from the other side of the galaxy. And some people are saying that it very well could be a drone, an alien drone of some sort. We have long spoken about the theory that's been put forth by numerous astrophysicists and theoretical physicists that if an advanced alien species exists, likely, when they're scouring and visiting different parts of the galaxy, instead of sending themselves, they would instead send out these robotic drones or droids. Many people talk about the small alien greys as a manifestation of some of these droids, which although are basically robots that, are flying out here in these UFOs, are intelligent and are beaming back information to the actual alien beings in other parts of the galaxy. And that may be why so many of the abduction cases and testimony from people have described these alien greys as almost soulless and having a very robotic nature to them. And so back to this object here, they know that it's about 400 meters in diameter, or a quarter mile. And it stood out for the scientists because of its extreme orbit, coming from the direction of the constellation Lyra, almost directly above the elliptical plane where the planets and other asteroids orbit the sun. NASA said, quote, "It's going extremely fast and on such a trajectory that we can say with confidence that this object is on its way out of the solar system and is not coming back." Now, obviously, NASA and these astronomers who are under lock and key would not give us any real information about this object, and so you kind of have to read these reports and kind of look for any inconsistencies or strange things. And one thing that I noticed in all of these reports is that there's a single mention of the fact that astronomers have had some trouble tracking this object. And they don't go into further detail, but that tells me that this object, it's not like your typical asteroid or comet where you can track it all the way in, you track it all the way out. That at least tells me that there could be possibly some movement by this object that the astronomers did not expect. And it's causing them to have trouble to track this thing, whatever it is. And I'll leave that there. You guys tell me what you think. I wouldn't doubt it. It could definitely be something artificial. Now, in other news, is this enormous glowing orb or ball that was spotted over northern Siberia, which originally literally led people to fear there was an alien invasion happening. No joke. And so people living in northern Siberia had been left terrified after this enormous white ball of light appeared in the sky, hung around for a while, and then disappeared. This light show was captured by a photographer named Sergei Anisimov, who was in the town of Salikard, which borders the Arctic Circle. He described what he witnessed as a glowing ball rising from behind the forest and moving in his direction. And you're seeing these photos here in order as the object appeared, hung out for a while, and then dissipated. And you're seeing the aurora borealis in the background, or the northern lights as they're called. So at first he said that he was taken aback. He didn't know what he was looking at. He suspected at first that he was being tracked by an incredibly powerful searchlight. However, the speed of the ball and the change in its light quickly made him realize that he was witnessing something very different, stating that the ball turned into an arc and gradually dissipated. Anisimov headed home, where he said he found local children as young as 5 in a very excited state talking about aliens and a portal to another dimension. Reports suggest that it wasn't only children who thought the Earth was about to be invaded. Adults also took to social media to claim that aliens were here and attributed the light show to a UFO. Now, the source of the light is still unclear at this point. It's been suggested that the ball was caused by the trace of a rocket which was launched, although we don't have any definitive proof, but nonetheless it spooked the locals, and so I wanted to post it here. It's good to document these things. We can go back, we can compare other photographs, and yeah, you guys tell me what you think. So with that, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I hope all of you or some of you went over and watched the new Joe Rogan interview with Tom DeLonge and was hoping to hear back some of your opinions on that. So put those down in the comments as well. Oh, and lastly today, I just want to show you, I just got in my first batch of official Secureteam buttons or pins, whatever you want to call them. And I'm actually going to be putting them up for sale. So, if you want to get them, I think I'll price them at maybe $3 or $4, which will also cover shipping. And if you want your own Secureteam button, I will ship you out one. So I will post more information about that here in the coming week. And of course, it will definitely help the continuation of this channel, especially with YouTube's continual demonetization and censorship of channels like mine, who are making it very hard to continue this work and do so while supporting your family, but that's how you silence people. But we're not going to let them do that. And I just want to say thank all of you for your continued help. To all of my supporters on Patreon, I want to say thank you. Patreon has been a wonderful tool that allows you, the viewer, to help fund this work. And we don't have to worry about YouTube or censorship or any of that nonsense. So thank you guys again. Stay tuned, and I'll see you back soon.